Anyway, diving will take centre stage today as Tom Daley tries to win his first Olympic medal. His partner in the synchronised platform event is the veteran Pete Waterfield, who says the teenager inspired him from an early age.
Our next guest knows all about the road to Olympic glory. He became the first diver ever to win double gold medals in 2 consecutive Olympics. It's Greg Louganis, mentor to Team USA. Yeah. And Greg, good morning.
Good
Pleasure
morning.
to have you with us. The greatest diver in Olympic history.
Oh, well, thank you.
Is it a mantle that hangs heavy on your shoulders?
I don't think about it. I was just doing my job.
How's your head?
Head's fine, all healed up. Yeah.
Just for people who don't know what I'm on about, 1988 Seoul, perhaps one of the most iconic images ever in Olympic history. Bang! Yeah. There we go. Yeah. How many stitches did you get, by the way?
I think 5 stitches, and then when we got back to the village, that was like on the pool deck. And then when we got back to the village, they cleaned it up and shaded it up and put more stitches in.
And how many times have you been asked, how's your head since?
You know what? Everybody says, how's your head? It's like, well, it's been 24 years, you know? I think it's okay.
So we're all looking forward to Tom Daley and Pete Waterfield performing today. Tom Daley, as you know, has been a huge, although he's young boy still.
He's a young boy. He is huge, though.
Yes, but huge figure.
He's a big boy.
Huge figure for us. I mean, the best known diver we've had for many years, really. Yeah. And a lot of pressure on him. Knowing him as you do and how good he is, how good are they? What do you think their realistic prospects are?
I think they should be, on the podium, for sure. I mean, they're, with Peter and Tom, they're incredible ambassadors to our sport. I've talked to a friend of mine who's coaching here in Great Britain, and he said that the diving programs are filled, because everybody wants to be like Thomas Daley, Yeah. And Peter, you can't rule him out too. He's a veteran. It's 4th Olympics.
A silver medalist, of course, as well from Athens.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of progression in the last few years in British diving, Greg, obviously.
So that's very exciting for Great Britain, to have them represent Great Britain as well as diving. They're great ambassadors.
The other main competitors then up there who you would expect to be on or near the podium would be who?
Well, it's the entire world in diving. The entire world is chasing China. Yeah. Like in so many other things. But the Chinese are tough. United States with David Badaya and Nick McQuarrie, they have a possibility. They're coming along. With Thomas Daley and Peter. A key dive for them in the synchro is going to be front 4.5. So if they get through that, I think they could be golden.
It is absolutely a delight to meet you, Greg.
Well, thank you.
Because I've watched your progress for many years since I was a kid. That rather ages me, but there we go.
Okay, do you remember '76 though?
No, I know you were there, and I know you obviously missed 1980.
Silver, yeah.
Indeed, silver there, and then obviously the goals, the 3 of them. But in terms, Greg, of your prowess, not just in the high platform, springboard. It's very unusual for people to double up with these days, isn't it? Why is that so strange now?
Well, with the schedule, especially with the addition of synchronized diving, it's really hard for, it's going to be hard for an athlete to be dominant in both the springboard and the platform, because it's an exhausting, it was exhausting when I did it. Yeah. Going from 3-meter springboard, prelims and finals, and then 10-meter platform, prelims and finals. It's a long competition.
And this, of course, is the first time since, what, 96 that you've been to an Olympic Games, something like that? And you've been a long time out of the sport. You've obviously made up with the United States Diving Federation. Yeah. And in terms of your role with them now, you're mentoring.
I'm mentoring. And, it's a little confusing for a lot of people because everybody thinks, oh, you're coaching. No, mentoring. I'll step in if one of the coaches asks for my advice or help, in anything, because I don't generally see things the way other people do, and that's what I'm learning. So I have kind of a different view, And so, you know, it's great. You know, working with the athletes in preparation, teaching relaxation, visualization, approach to competition, addressing your fears, you know, all of those types of things. And I also want to work, hopefully we continue the program to work with the aftercare, because that's what I'm most concerned about.
Yeah.
When you say aftercare, what do you mean after the career is over?
After the Olympics. You know, after the Olympics, it could be after their career. I don't know.
Because you've had challenges in your life after your career, and controversy, because when you cracked your head open, your whole personal life got cracked open, if you like, didn't it?
Well, I came out with my book, Breaking the Surface, which, you know, I came forward about my HIV status, about my sexual identity, you know, who I was as a person. You know, that was pretty scary. You know, I didn't know how people were going to react. You know, what I was met with was I was embraced by people coming to me saying that you saved my life. You know, and
because you set a pathway for others to follow in that respect, do you think?
Yeah. No, well, I mean, there were other people who were living my secrets as well. You know, because they were secrets. I was out to my friends and family, but the general public didn't know really who Greg Louganis was. And so this way, through the book, I was able to share that. A lot of people ask what my my proudest accomplishment is. Diving gave me a platform to be heard, but writing the book, Breaking the Surface, it made a difference. And so that's the achievement that I'm most proud of.
Well, double in the Olympics, obviously, together with that silver medal, Greg. And you obviously know how to cope with the pressure of a home games in LA. And I'm sure your advice will be greatly welcome for many of the divers here.
And you have given us license this morning to call you Greg Louganis, even though you say Louganis. Your father said Louganis.
Yeah.
We've been singing the song.
Louganis. My mom said Louganis. It's like, okay, whatever.
Greg, it's been great to have you.
It's been lovely to meet you.
Great to be here. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Good luck.